All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making the plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. Great eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, copies, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
Well, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Between the Ropes. I am Ace from the West Coast. I am joined tonight by none other than Brandon Herrera. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm doing good. WrestleMania weekend.
Yippee. I'm also joined tonight by none other than Dragon Viper.
Hey, what's up?
And, of course, I'm also joined tonight by none other than, that's right, we call him the Sarge. How's it going tonight?
Doing good, doing good. You sound excited there, Ace.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you what. I just can't tell you how excited I am. I know overall I should be super excited because it was WrestleMania. I wish I could feel the same way that you guys did, but after the junk I just watched, I can't feel the same way. I just can't. I want to sit here and talk so highly about Mania, but man, I can't do it. I just can't freaking do it. But before we get started, we have a little bit of housekeeping we have to do. So, Nate, go ahead and pull up the ads.
Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us, from all of us here at the ASAP Network.
Well, all right. Exciting. Sarge, I wish I had your enthusiasm and I wish I had your enthusiasm tonight. I just don't. Okay? I just don't. Night 1 of WrestleMania, it was pretty good. Night 2 of WrestleMania just completely and utterly just ticked me off. And I have so much to rant about right now that this is how mad I am at WWE. This is what I want to do.
Just leave, okay.
Wow.
That's how mad I am at what WWE did. It should
Just
be
turn
called
it off.
It should be called National Turn It Off Night. That's legitimately what it should be. But without further ado, I guess we'll just go ahead and we'll just get started, I guess, and talk about this glorious freaking WrestleMania. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, we definitely
don't worry. I'm sorry if I feel like a downer today. I'm just kind of angry about it. But let's go ahead and we'll start out with night 1 of WrestleMania, which we know night 1 of WrestleMania, the very first match of the night was Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. Now, a bunch of us actually had Drew McIntyre winning that match. Now, myself and Sarge, what we had happening besides Drew McIntyre winning was we actually thought that Brock Lesnar was going to show up at some point. I did. I thought that Lesnar was going to show up and start taking everybody out in that match. It never happened. And then, of course, to end the match, it's kind of the norm Bobby Lashley put on the Hurt Lock and kept it locked in, and then McIntyre kind of just passed out in the process, and so Bobby Lashley ended up winning. The only good thing that I would say about this match is that nobody really got involved, and I don't want to hear that MVP got involved and distracted, because that wasn't really much of a distraction. There wasn't much there. But the good thing is that nobody really got involved in this match. But Brandon, I will go ahead and I'll start with you, and you can go ahead and give me your takes on this match first.
Yeah, I mean, I did pick Drew. I actually, after reading your guys' post, I kind of switched and was thinking, yeah, Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar showing up would be a icing on the cake for this one. Overall, I mean, both guys showed their power, showed their agility. Yeah, MVP distracted him a little bit, but I wouldn't call that getting involved. The Hurt Lock, I guess it's the most dangerous full Nelson around now, put everybody to sleep. So,
I guess.
my rating for the match, though, I'll give it a solid B. I think it was a pretty good match outside of the outcome of Drew not winning. So,
Well, the thing is I was okay with him not winning.
yeah,
I was completely okay with that. I just figured that he was going to win, and the reason why honestly the reason why I thought he was going to win was simply due to the fact that WWE knew last time he won the title, he didn't do it in front of a crowd, he didn't do it in front of an audience. And so that's why I thought that at that point they were going to allow him to win in front of an audience so he could kind of feel that, that hype or whatever. But he ended up not being able to feel that hype and ended up, not winning the match overall. But Sarge, I'll go to you on this one.
I don't know. This match kind of lacks something other than Bobby Lashley. I thought, just watching it, I felt like it was just slow-mo the whole time. That's what I felt like, and I do not like the Master Lock that Bobby Lashley stole. I still have stock in the Hurt Business, and I am about to sell it.
Sell it.
Yep, after this, I'm selling it.
Sell that. Sell it. All right. Let's go with Dragon Viper. Dragon Viper, you tell me.
I thought it was an okay match. I mean, I like seeing power versus power. McIntyre and Lashley both have that power. I agree with Ace. I figured, here's McIntyre. He won the title last year with no fans, and here's this chance to actually win it with the fans, and that's why I figured they went along with letting McIntyre be in this title match. And yet he didn't win in front of the fans, so that made no sense to me. Other than that, the match itself, it was a good match, but just power versus power there. So,
well, it's like I said, I'm just glad that this match didn't end in a bad way. I'm glad it just ended in a straight up, one-on-one style match. That's the best thing that could have happened in this match, and it did. All right, so anything else anybody has to say on this match other than, who's going to beat Bobby Lashley at this point, who's going to be his next opponent, because I think it's going to be done with Drew McIntyre at this point.
Yeah.
So who's going to be his next opponent? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
What do you guys think? So, Brandon, what do you think?
No, I'm just trying to think of who's on Raw right now. Outside Drew McIntyre getting a rematch again, which I don't know who else could step up. Keith Lee, I think, is battling an injury. Maybe Sheamus. I don't have no clues right now. Who? Big E, yeah. Big E possibly, but yeah, I don't know.
All right, Sarge, how about you?
Well, before WrestleMania, I thought it was kind of strange to see King Corbin on Raw last week. I was not expecting that. They could maybe give him a push, but I don't see that. Ace, I'm just gonna make your mood a lot better on this. I can actually see Goldberg coming back,
Ooh.
God dang it.
but in reality, I still think the Beast is somewhere sniffing around the corner. I think Brock Lesnar is still somewhere around
He's
there.
lurking.
Yeah, he's
lurking.
lurking. Yep.
And I'll come back to that one later on the show.
He's lurking. You know what, Sarge? You said you want to make my night better, and then you throw out Goldberg's name. Are you freaking kidding me? All right, so Dragon Viper, who do you think?
Well, there's a few people in my mind that could potentially go for it. I mean, Edge, I don't even think he's really a true SmackDown superstar. He could end up on Raw and go, want to go against Lashley, Orton. But I think the main person would probably be Strowman because he has been, screwed around with, Shane for these past couple months. He might actually try and go for the title this time. So,
Yes.
I would love that. Strowman. Yeah, I'm really hoping it is Strowman. Now, out of a 5-star match that they could have given this between Lashley and McIntyre, they actually gave it a 3.5.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it was, so it was, I would say it was right in the middle too. It was nothing completely spectacular, but it didn't end in a horrible way. And then, of course, our next match that we had was the tag team turmoil match. Don't say Riddle. Don't say Riddle. All right. So then we have that tag team turmoil match on the ladies' side, which I'll tell you what, I thought for sure that Naomi and Lana were going to win that. I did. I don't know why. I just thought that they were going to. Overall, kind of interesting, I guess. Yeah, it was kind of interesting. Now, out of a 5-star, okay, now this is what this one was rated out of a 5-star. They rated this tag team turmoil match at a 2-star match. They gave it 2 stars because they said it was not spectacular, and it wasn't. It was nothing overly spectacular. There was, I don't know, but Sarge, I'll start with you. Tell me what you thought of this match.
I don't know where to start, to be honest with you. I did not even like the match. I don't know. And I honestly, you and I were on 100% on the same page of night one for sure, because Naomi and Lana were getting a lot of the screen time, and I think they're actually going to win it, even above Natalya and her partner. But like I said, I struggled watching through that match. I just didn't care for it.
I will say this. Who noticed at the very beginning of the match that Mandy Rose fell down on the entrance?
She was pulling Titus O'Neil.
Oh.
Brandon, did you see that?
No, I did not see that. I'll have to go back and watch that.
Yeah, so she was walking down the ramp and she fell down and her face just like she landed on her butt, and then of course afterwards she goes on Twitter and tweets and says, "Well, of course I always find a new way to go viral, and this just happens to be another way I find to go viral." So it was kind of if Naomi at that point, I was thinking in my head that if Naomi and Lana didn't win, I thought that maybe it would have been Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. But that didn't happen either. It was actually Tamina and Natalya, the very last tag team match in there. So, Dragon Viper, what do you think of this match?
I actually thought it was a good match. I was going for Mandy and Dana only because I forgot Natalya and Tamina were in it. But I was glad that Tamina and Natalya won it. They need those titles. But yeah, I thought that was funny when Mandy Rose fell, slipped. because it had been raining right before the show, so it was still kind of wet on the ground, and she had slipped when she fell. So, yeah, it was a good match. I can't really give it any better than that, but
Nate, the great sir, pop up on the screen for a sec. I read your comment. You knew it. You knew it. So you're telling me that you had them picked.
Yes,
Yeah,
he did.
Brandon, I
Yep.
said it before going live. I think it was either live or going before live on Sports Status.
Yeah, I think you said on Friday that you were picking Natalia. And Tamina to win it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey,
no,
I give
he
you
got
props
that.
for that. I
Yep.
give you props for that. You picked them, and you got that right. I
Yep.
don't know. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't pick them. But Brandon, go ahead and give me your thoughts on the match.
I'm with you guys. It was a okay match. I had Brooks and Dana winning. I didn't think I could have won with any of the 5 teams. I think they all deserved the title shot, but I was picking Brooks and Dana. Little fire and ice part 2, I guess, between those two. But Tamina and Natalia earned it. They got their shots, and we'll talk about the match later.
Of course we will. All right. Was there anything else that anybody, Sarge? Nope.
No.
Nothing. Nobody else wanted to say anything else on this match. Everyone was just.
No, all 5 teams deserved it. I mean, they all are getting a decent run on TV and stuff. So,
Did they all deserve it? Really?
well,
Did they?
Billy Kane, Carmella, really?
Carmella and Billy Kay,
yeah,
that tag team. Did
just
they
moved
really deserve
forward.
to be in there?
Yeah, that is true. Those I forgot those 2 were even in there. But so, all right.
Yeah, so we can move on to the next one, which, to me, I'll tell you right now, this next match was actually one of the best matches on the card, which was Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. I thought that this was a very, very good match. I, for one, picked Seth Rollins because they don't call him Seth freaking Rollins for nothing, because Seth Rollins is the flat-out man. He's one of my favorite wrestlers out there. I thought for sure that because it was a big stage that they would give the win to Seth Rollins. But on the other hand, I'll tell you this. I feel good for Cesaro. They gave him a singles match at Mania. He picked up the victory. Congratulations to Cesaro. The biggest victory probably of his career. Like that was a huge win for him. So congratulations. And Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and start with you on this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like you said, they finally gave Cesaro his props, and I was actually kind of thinking as the match was going on that they were going to let Rollins win that one, being, somebody said the new Mr. WrestleMania on the telecast, I think, or something like that, which I don't agree with that. But tell you what, is he the one that can get reversed on finishers so many times? Because he went for his curb stomp and got uppercutted right in the middle of it, which was sweet. Kind of reminded me when he went for the stomp against Orton, and Orton RKO'd him out of nowhere. So, but I'll give it a solid B match. I think it was good. Either guy could have won, but I'm glad they gave it to Cesaro.
I thought I like his UFO. I think it's pretty cool. He puts his hands down, spins them around. That's really, really cool. I like that one.
Oh, he spun him on his neck, and
yeah.
Oh my God, was that amazing?
That was really, really cool. So, Sarge, what was your thoughts on this match?
Man, I was happy either way who won the match. I thought it was a great match. I think Seth Rollins. I'm surprised Seth Rollins doesn't have vertigo yet from what he went through. I mean, like the UFO was awesome, but what I liked was when Seth Rollins suplexed Cesaro off the turnbuckle, then turned it into a broken arrow, like in the like in the same move. I thought that was pretty awesome. But 23 times he went around on the swing. I thought that was crazy.
Well, no,
So
what,
I
6
liked it.
times in that UFO move too? So like 30 times total he got spun around?
He's the king of swing, man. The king of swing.
I was surprised he got like 3 type swings in that match, though.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it, and I was happy that Cesaro got his moment. It was awesome.
Yep.
Which a lot of people are saying right now, and I read a few comments about it, that after Cesaro got this win, people were saying how the moment Cesaro gets to hold a world title in his hand, they think that it would be a better moment than Daniel Bryan winning the belt at WrestleMania.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a toss-up. It's a
It is
toss-up because Cesaro has worked his butt off in this company for so freaking long.
Yeah.
And I think that he's finally getting his recognition that he rightfully deserves.
Well,
Dragon
Like,
Viper,
he's like
your
the
thoughts,
Kobe Kingston.
right?
Oh, my thoughts. Amazing match, great match. Although I have to admit, in pretty much every match that Rollins is in, it's going to be a great match.
Mm-hmm.
I give it up to Cesaro. I'm not a big Cesaro fan, but I do give him props, and I do, applaud him for winning at WrestleMania. And that did set a new record for him, being the first time he wrestled by himself and then winning. I did see Rollins win, but I'm not upset that Cesaro won. So, good for Cesaro for winning. Great match. Wonderful.
Right. I will say this, though, okay? I will say this about the whole Seth Rollins thing here. I read a comment, and I'm going to call this person out. All right. I was a little irritated when I read this comment because somebody left a comment about Seth freaking Rollins, and I'm not gonna name drop, but if you want to leave a comment on my Facebook page and tell me that Seth freaking Rollins is the most overrated wrestler of all times, we're gonna have some issues with it because
What?
you told me that Seth Rollins is overrated, dude.
No.
Come on, bro. We gonna have problems. Okay. Seth Rollins is definitely not overrated. Not even freaking close. Okay.
Wow.
There was so many years to where they had wrestlers hurt and Rollins carried the WWE for so long. And you're telling me that dude is overrated? Are you freaking kidding me right now? That dude carried WWE for so long. So don't leave stupid crap like that on my Facebook, please. That irritates me.
Just leave him Goldberg comment.
Oh, man. Well, with that being said, I guess these guys are taking over the show tonight. I'm gonna hop off here. They're talking about Goldberg. They're talking. Somebody wants to, leave a comment about Seth Rollins on my Facebook page. And then we have Roman Reigns. Man, it's just, come on, man. Stupid, bro. Stupid. But anyway, going away from that, I guess, since we all talked about this wonderful match, to me, this was probably one of my favorite matches. So congratulations, Cesaro. There were some great spots in this match. Loved it. So the next match on night one was actually AJ Styles and Omos versus New Day, which, tell you what, you gotta feel good for AJ Styles. Do you know that AJ Styles he currently has a record, and I don't know if anybody has seen this record now, which this has to put him close to the top of one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. AJ Styles is actually the first wrestler in history to be a Grand Slam champion from the WWE and TNA.
Okay.
He's he's pretty much won every title there is in WWE, and he won every title there is at TNA. He was
What
the
about
first
Big Show.
Big
Oh.
Show. No,
He had the WCW
The only one, well,
and
Yeah.
ECW.
he never held every title there.
the closest one would be Kurt Angle.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't think Kurt Angle. Well, Kurt Angle was a tag champion in WWE.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I
he
can't
was.
see Big Show being a cruiserweight champion. That'd be kind of
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was not. But AJ Styles is that one guy that you can put up there because of what he has accomplished. Once I saw that, I'm like, hey, congratulations, AJ Styles, because he captured the tag team titles, well deserved. It was a great debut of Omos. Now let me tell you this though. Once he got in the ring, I knew it was over.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, it's over. Once he got in, because it was just building up towards it. You know, keeping AJ Styles in the ring for as long as they possibly could, and then him finally getting the tag. And I'm like, yep, it's over now. He's gonna come in and destroy the New Day, which that's what ended up happening. He came in and destroyed them, which everybody saw coming.
Yep.
Overall, it was a good match. Good match. And Sarge, I'll start with you on this one.
Yeah, it was a good match, and I was happy that AJ Styles won the match, but also with Omos, I really think he kind of referenced to the Giant Gonzalez. I think that's how I saw it, and I didn't like the Giant Gonzalez. So, but I know he's a big man, and sometimes they don't move as well and stuff. So it'll be interesting what they actually do with Omos with this.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see that.
No gorilla skins.
Brandon,
Yes.
you.
Yeah, I'm with Sarge on it. I mean, and you, Ace. It was a good match. AJ put up a good fight for, 90% of the match? And then when he tagged in almost, and New Day almost had a chance to win, I guess. But they got thrown around like they were rag dolls and all that fun stuff. They tried to double team them, couldn't do it. So, yeah, we'll see where they build, how they're going to build this tag team and who possibly could take it off of them. So,
Dragon Viper, how about you?
Okay, I have to say this. It is absolutely phenomenal. Look, you're learning the race. That AJ Styles is tag champ. I actually, enjoyed AJ Styles with the fight he did put up against the New Day. I've said this before, I'm not very big on matches that are predictable, but this one I actually enjoyed. So, I'd like to see Styles and Omos, be tag champs for a while there. So,
Yeah, so Imy's asking who would be a good match for Omos. Well, I can tell you
Strowman.
now, a good match for Omos would be like Braun Strowman.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be an excellent match just to start him out with Braun Strowman. That would be great. But typically, that's not usually what happens. Usually, when a big guy first comes out, they never immediately face a big guy right off the bat. They face little guys, and then a bigger guy usually ends up coming in later on.
Yep.
That's typically what you see happen. Overall, good match. New Day's going to get the titles back. They always do. They're always in the title picture, no matter what. It's Kofi Kingston. He had his WrestleMania moment. A few years ago, you had to feel good for him.
Yep.
That he had his WrestleMania moment. So, Randy, come on now. You have to feel good for him.
So do we say New Day's not splitting up anytime soon, or
No,
No?
I don't think they are. I think that they're going to be a tag team for a while. I kept saying that they were going to,
I
but
thought for sure they would have split up or something. I thought we would have started seeing some friction after this match, knowing that
But-
they were going to lose.
Yeah.
So
But right now, I'm not seeing it. Right now, I'm just not seeing it.
uh,
So now jumping into our next match, actually, comes to Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon. And Dragon Viper, I want to know, what the heck made you even think that Shane McMahon... Really? You actually thought Shane McMahon was going to win this match? I told you before Mania started, that makes zero sense whatsoever. Zero freaking sense
well,
that they would have Shane McMahon win this match.
Well, if Shane didn't stick his hand in through the freaking cage, he would have.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda. That's what it always comes down to. You should have known that Shane McMahon was not going to win this match. That wouldn't have made any sense at all. But of course, in typical Shane McMahon matches, like they always do, they have that bright spot in the match. And what was the bright spot in the match? Shane getting thrown off the top of the cage, because they always have that bright spot. And that's what it was again. Braun throwing him off the top. That was cool. Another bright spot. So I actually enjoy seeing Shane McMahon in a ring. Which that typical one match he has a year with right now is WrestleMania. Right? So, Dragon Viper, since you have so much to say on this one, you can go ahead and start out first.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a good match. I like seeing him wrestle. I like seeing Shane do his usual normal moves like coast to coast.
Without the trash can.
Yeah, it was actually without the trash can. I mean, and see Strowman rip the side of the cage there. That was I like that. That was pretty cool. And him throwing Shane off the cage. I had a thought Shane would actually win one, but I was wrong. I admit it. So
apple pie.
pretty much. So yeah, good match. It really was.
Pie. Okay, sorry. All right. Brandon, go ahead and give me your thoughts on this.
Yeah, there's apple pie there. But yeah, I thought it was a great match from start to finish. I mean, yeah, he got jumped right away to help, I guess, and then Shane took advantage, and then Strowman got him, ripped open the cage, which I was shocked. That just blew me away. And then when they're sitting there in the corner and you see Strowman looking around, I thought he was going to power slam him off the top ropes. I really thought he was going to do his power slam off the top ropes. And then he throws him up on top and then tosses him off the top of the cage, which only Shane would do. So overall, that was a great match. That was probably one of my top 3 matches for the night.
You know why? Because Shane McMahon, he got these hands. Okay. Sarge?
I enjoyed the match. I was more shocked that Ryder and Elias were not a big factor in the match. That's the one thing that kind of shocked me with that. But him ripping off the cage, I enjoyed that, and I enjoy watching Shane Mac get pummeled. It's awesome. Shane Macaronis. That's what I was eating.
Sarge, I must say one thing about what you just said, right? I don't know if you noticed it or caught it, but you said Ryder, as in like Zack Ryder, right?
Oh,
but it's Riker.
Riker. My bad.
Right? No, it's all good. I was just like, yo,
I thought the same thing for a second there.
Yeah.
I could have said
Right?
Goldberg.
God dang it! People tonight. It's really.
I haven't said it, so
No, killing me. All right. So we're going to move on then to the next match of the night, which was Bad Bunny. Which, let me tell you what, the Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison, I'll tell you, Bad Bunny actually looked kind of impressive in this match. When AJ went, not when AJ Styles, but when Booker T said that Bad Bunny was training his butt off, he was training his butt off, man. He showed up that night. Like, he put on a show. That some of the things he did in that match was really impressive. And I was shocked. I'm like, I was not expecting him to be that good and do what he did in that ring. I'm like, that was awesome. So, Sarge, I'll go ahead and I'll start with you on that one.
I actually enjoy the entrances of that one. You know, when The Miz and Morrison came out, and those like those cheap bunny costumes, and
with the bunnies. Yeah.
But I enjoyed Priestess with the fire everywhere on the video screen. I enjoyed that, and I was a little bit confused with the semi with Bad Bunny, but it was okay. But being a celebrity match, they're not going to be clinics, but this wasn't a bad match. I enjoyed it. And I figured Bad Bunny's going to win it, and now they're going to create a stable called the Bugs Bunnies.
I'll tell you what I thought was pretty cool was that move that Bad Bunny did outside the ring, man, when he flipped. I was like, wow! I was like,
the Canadian Destroyer or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, that's not even. And when I saw them, like, that's not even a WWE superstar that's doing that.
Yeah.
That's a freaking celebrity that's coming in, and I'm like, that's freaking crazy. So I guess when they say that this dude was training, this dude was flat out training. So Brandon, give me your thoughts on this.
Yeah, from the entrance to the end, it was a phenomenal match to watch. I was impressed with. I was almost going to say Bugs Bunny too. I was impressed with them. For being a celebrity transforming into the wrestling field, he did a phenomenal job. So anybody that says anything bad about this match, wasn't really watching it. But yeah,
no, go back and watch it, because I'll tell you what, when he did the Canadian Destroyer outside, their look on their faces was like, holy cow. And I was like, yeah, man.
Well, even today, watching the pre-show, they're all talking about him and how he stepped up and shocked everybody. So, yeah, if you got anything bad to say about this match, go back and watch it, then we'll talk.
Because that was friggin' if you say anything bad about it, you were not watching the match, and you did not clearly see what he did. So Dragon Viper, you tell me what you think.
I actually thought it was a great match. I mean, don't really care for Bad Bunny, but he did show. But he did show up.
Yeah.
He did actually impress me.
Hats off to him, man. Hats off to him.
Yeah,
absolutely. He was able to impress me with what he was able to do in the ring, and he doesn't do it, every day. He hasn't been doing it for years or anything like that. But he did show, and it proved that he did do training to lead up to this match. So I am impressed with him, and I am glad that they did win that match. But hats off to Bad Bunny for what he did, and amazing.
No, I was throwing my hands up because I was going to ask Viper if he had a new favorite wrestler now, Bad Bunny. When he said
and it's interesting, though, because I never thought I would say this, but I actually would not mind seeing Bad Bunny back in the ring again. I wouldn't mind.
Oh, I think he's coming back.
I think at some point that we will see it, because I don't think he's going to do all that training and do that just for one match. I don't think so. Like, that was really, really impressive.
A normal tag match with Damian Priest and Bad Bunny on a normal basis.
Like,
I think we're going to see him and Miz get in a one-on-one match here. So
this was one of the best matches of the night. To be perfectly, it was one of the best matches of the night.
This is like Space Jam. You got like a bunny versus a person.
Right? Bad Bunny. And then of course we go to the main event match, which was the EST Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks, which I think everybody already knew that, Bianca Belair was going to win this match. I'll tell you, the one spot in this match, though, that completely threw me off was when she smacks Sasha with her, you could hear it with her hair. It was whack. It was like a whip. And I'm like, oh my God. And you saw like the whole scratch on her side and stuff. I'm like, wow. Her hair did that much damage.
Oh yes.
That was crazy.
That hurt me.
And people were showing the picture of Sasha Banks outside the ring with a smile on her face after Bianca won. Well, in reality, I mean, everybody knows that outside of it, Sasha and Belair are good friends. So Sasha Banks was feeling good for Belair. So I'm not going to give her a hard time for smiling outside. Who cares? She felt good for Bianca. It was a great match. That final match for especially that championship match for Divas match, they tore the roof off the place. That was an awesome match.
There wasn't a roof on it.
Yeah.
Huh?
And there wasn't a roof on there.
Exactly. But I'm just saying.
They needed one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just saying it was awesome.
It was.
All right. So Sarge, you can go ahead and start out on this one.
Yeah. Out of all the main events, like I can easily throw this one up as being one of the greatest main events I've seen. The women have come a long way in this industry, and I actually like this match better than WrestleMania 35 when you have the man, Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. I enjoy this match a lot better than that. And like you said, Ace, that hair whip, that made me cringe when I saw this. Like, oh, and I saw the welt mark. I'm like, you know, like I enjoy the match. The best match of the night. That's all I got to say.
That was a flat out just a whip. Like that was
That's
crazy.
a tail whip. That's what you could call a tail whip.
Right? All right. Dragon Viper.
Yeah, I totally agree. That even hurt me, hearing that. I thought it was a good match. I may have saw, Belair winning, but I would have rather had Banks win. So it was a really good match. Yeah.
Brandon Herrera.
Yeah. What you guys said, I mean, from that whip, man, I had to look to make sure it didn't hit me because man, I sure felt it. But after she won the match and saw her family sitting ringside jumping around, I think it was her dad that got caught up on the railing because he jumped so high he almost flipped over, they said. So, but then I guess there's a clip of Montez Ford running down there to celebrate with her. And so a good moment. Like Amy said, they both are about ready to cry at the beginning of it.
Well, Bianca did.
Oh,
Well, yeah, Bianca did.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a great moment for him. I'm with Sarge. This has to be probably top main event in the last 10 WrestleManias, maybe, for sure. So,
yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, got a little kitty there.
Yeah. All right, and then we jump in. Well, that's Shiva. So for those of you who watch The Walking Dead,
Okay.
That's Shiva. She's named after the tiger off The Walking Dead. But anyway, so that was the end of night 1 of WrestleMania.
What's your guys' grade on night 1? What would you guys grade it?
Night 1, I'd give it a B.
B.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we jump into night 2, which, yay, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to tell you right now, my night 2 grade, you don't even want to hear it because it's so atrocious. It's so stupid on night B that it's just ridiculous the way that things ended on night 1. Which to kick off night 2, okay, you have The Fiend versus Randy Orton, which I was looking forward to. And then it ends up being such a short match that Orton hits the RKO one time and the match is over because the Fiend gets distracted by Alexa Bliss. I'm like, what the heck is going on right now? So nobody exactly knows what that was with Alexa and everything on top of the giant Jack in the Box thing. I don't know what that was about. I'm still curious. It just, this match, for all the buildup that this match was, for the match to do that and end like that was completely stupid. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe tomorrow we'll actually be able to figure out. I really hope we can figure it out tomorrow because I don't know what they're doing there. That was crazy. But Brandon, I'll go ahead and I'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was actually kind of disappointed that Fiend didn't wrestle in that burnt up attire that he came back in. But for it to be probably not even 10-minute match. Yeah, I was disappointed from the start with this match for night 2 because I was so looking forward to this, seeing what they were going to do, if they're going to do any of the cinematic stuff somehow. But yeah, this match and Bliss, I mean, I don't know now what she wants to do. So yeah, this whole match, right off the bat, D- for the match. So
yeah, Sarge.
I'm more confused on what's going on with that one. The Dean's interest was pretty cool. I can say that, but other than that, I'm just more baffled. What happened? And I have a prediction that Dragon Viper is going to say it's the greatest match of all time.
all right,
so wrong.
If it tells you anything about how good or bad that match was, so to say, they gave that match a 1-star rating.
Well, that's 1 star too many.
Right? Because it was pretty bad. That was not a good way to start night 2 of WrestleMania.
No.
Dragon Viper.
Wow, I didn't really care for it. It's like what Ace said. They do months of build-up between Orton and the Fiend. I mean, heck, it was even years in the making when Orton decided to burn, Sister Abigail Shack down. So that's really where it started.
Burn it to the ground!
And so they do all this build-up, and even Orton mentioned on Raw one night saying, this is it, we're finished after, WrestleMania. And then they have all this build-up, and then that's it. I mean, a quick match. Orton was doing everything in that match, even trying to slam him into slam the Fiend in the table, and he was still, not hurt or anything. And then one RKO, and it's over. It's like, really? I mean, come on. It must have been Randy Orton's gear because it was all white when it's normally like black.
Yeah, I noticed that too. So
yeah, but that's when it makes me like the maddest is when you see them doing this stuff that it doesn't affect them. And then all of a sudden they hit the RKO once, and then it's a 3 count, and you're like, really? They were doing this stuff all match, and it didn't affect them one time, and then you hit them with an RKO, and all of a sudden it's over? You're like,
I was disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, three DDTs off the second rope or whatever he calls that move, and
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And then an RKO and it's over. So I was very, very disappointed in this match.
I mean, the fact that he gets slammed through the table and bounces right up, it's just like, oh, they're going to make the Fiend strong in this match. It's going to take a while. No.
Right? No, definitely not. Very disappointing match.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're going to jump to our next match, okay? So our next match, it still was another one of those matches that you're like, just wasn't that great of a match, which was Tamina and Natalya versus Nia and Shayna Baszler, which I thought, because Tamina and Natalya had won the Turmoil, I thought for sure that they were going to win the belts. And yet again, Shayna and Nia retain the titles. I'm like, oh, yippee, here we go again on that. So I don't even know where they're going with that one. The match was kind of interesting. I mean, at the end of it, it's the typical, Natalya passing out in the chokehold that Shayna put on her when Natalya tried to apply the sharpshooter on Nia, got it, but then didn't realize that Shayna Baszler was the actual legal person in the match. So then Shayna came in and choked her out, and the match ended like that. But Tamina was actually pretty impressive in this match. I like Tamina. She was impressive. Sarge, I'll start with you.
First, I want to highlight Nate saying about night 2 of WrestleMania when the Fiend's interest was the best part of the night. I have to agree.
Oh, I thought the best part was Hogan and Titus coming out in the pirate gear. That was awesome.
The Fiend could have been a pirate.
Yeah.
I thought the match was, it was okay. I wish Natalya and Tamina won the titles because I'm sick of seeing Nia and Baszler as champions. I just think that it's time for them to break up, and we all pretty much agreed that they were going to break up at this WrestleMania. Yes, Viper, you said you would. You said they would. Oh, we'll find the video. You said
I
they
have
would.
not said that they would split up at Mania.
I did say it. I said it. I said it.
No, I thought
I said they were going to split up in Mania.
Oh, okay. My bad. I could be wrong.
I said that they were going to, and it never happened. So I don't know. So let's see. Who did I already ask? So Dragon Viper, you go ahead and tell me what you thought.
I was disappointed. I wanted to see Jax and Baszler still be champs, but going against Tamina and Natalya, they have worked really hard through all these years. I would have loved to see them get the tag titles. I'm hoping down the road they get it. I thought it was a good match, but I would have liked to see Natalya and Tamina finally win it. So I'm a little disappointed that they didn't tonight.
Well, they might at some point.
But they're great as a tag team. So.
Yeah.
So, Brandon, did I ask you? I don't remember who I asked.
No.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm with you guys. It was a good match. I thought they were going to drop the titles and split. Where was Reginald at tonight? Was he home getting the bath ready for Nia to come home to? I don't know. But I was actually kind of shocked that he wasn't there. So, kind of wanted to see where he was at. But outside of that, it was a decent match. I thought for sure they were going to drop the titles and do the split like we've been talking about, but WWE tried to throw curveballs at us.
So out of 5 stars, out of 5 stars, they gave this a 2.75.
Yeah.
So they gave it a little bit higher than the Fiend and Orton, which rightfully they should have, because at least this match had something to it, and at least they wrestled in this match.
Yep.
So, but other than that, it was still kind of a disappointing match. It still was. So you had your first match on night 2, which was disappointing. You had your second match on night 2, which was disappointing. And then you actually go into your third match, which was Kevin Owens against Sami Zayn, which I'll tell you, I was rooting for Kevin Owens, but I picked Zayn because I thought that Logan Paul was going to get involved in this match. I really did. And so I thought that was going to have a huge outcome on this match, but it didn't. Kevin Owens basically won it straight up. And so overall, out of the first 3 matches, this one was the best of the night, even though this is a feud that we've seen come and go for so long. It's been there. They feuded. They stopped, they feuded, they stopped. Just one of those things that came and went. So I was happy that Kevin Owens won this match. There was some good spots in this match. I thought towards the end, I thought that Sami Zayn was going to win because, you know, the Halua kick, and then he went back again to try and hit it, and then bam, Sami Zayn out of nowhere. And then Kevin Owens out of nowhere. It was awesome. I loved it. Dragon Viper, I'll start with you.
I thought it was a good match. To be honest, I mean, I was going for Owens. I even picked Owens, but I was afraid a little bit that Zayn was going to win it, only because Kevin Owens has had more wins over Zayn than Zayn's had over Owens. So I figured Zayn would find a way to win this match. But no, it was great that Owens won. And I did enjoy, after the match when Owens stunned Logan Paul after
That was awesome.
Logan Paul, after he shoved Zayn down to the ground, he's raising Kevin Owens' hand, and then Kevin Owens laughs at Logan Paul and then stuns Logan Paul. So I thought that was good too.
So Nate just said that Sami Zayn is his favorite wrestler. Well, Nate, do you know what happens? Do you know what happens to people who say that Sami Zayn is their favorite wrestler? Do you know what happens?
You just made the list.
Huh? You just made the list. And yes, Mess Around Dave did pick Kevin Owens. Well, see, you said favorite.
Well, now he's changing it.
You said favorite, and now you said your least favorite. Okay, so you're changing it now. So maybe I might take you off the list. You made that list for just a minute. But yes, Mess Around had Kevin Owens winning this match. We were watching it together, and he did have Owens in this match. But I seriously thought that Logan Paul was going to get involved. But Sarge, anyways, it goes to you.
I kind of enjoyed the chants from the crowd saying Logan sucks. I thought that was cool. I was kind of glad to see Owens win, but at the same time, I would have been okay if Zayn would have won it also. He's kind of crazy, but he's not my favorite wrestler. But this was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it, and those two actually are good friends, and they put on a good show.
So let me tell you this: that him taking the stunner at the end of the match, that was one of the worst taking stunners I've ever seen. I'm like, he fudged that sucker up bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was horrible. But Mr. Brandon Herrera, what'd you think?
Yeah, I agree. It was a good match. I was shocked that Paul didn't get involved. I thought he was going to, and kind of thought maybe Zayn would win that way. But they put on a good match together every time they fought so far. So outside of that, and the stunner, like you said, yeah, he took a bad
stunner,
bad acting on his part. So hopefully they didn't pay him too much for that.
That definitely wasn't Bad Bunny, I can tell you that. But let me tell you this: out of 5 stars, this match actually got a 4-star rating. So they actually gave this match a very high rating. They said that this match was actually really, really good, which on the second night, it probably was the better match on the second night.
Oh,
yeah. It was definitely up there. I definitely enjoyed that match. And then when you look at the next match of the night, you had Sheamus versus Matt Riddle, which I did have Sheamus winning the U.S. Championship in this match. Congratulations. Thank you. Sheamus got another title after so long, which he rightfully deserved. It took him long enough to get one, and he got it. So I'm glad he finally got another title, something that was coming to him. So congratulations on that, Sheamus. Overall, you know what? It was a good match. Did anybody notice, though, at the end when Riddle went to flip off the rope and Sheamus had kicked him in the he was bleeding. Like Sheamus actually kicked him right in the face. And that looked bad. That looked really bad. So I had to look close. I'm like, did he lose teeth? Like I thought he lost teeth because he was spitting out blood. I'm like, whoo, that was rough. But it was a good match. I liked that match. Sarge, I'll start with you.
Hey, it was a great match. I have to agree with you. I picked Riddle to win, but I'm happy that Sheamus won because he's been through some brutal matches with McIntyre. And Sheamus, I don't think he gets a lot of props for what he does in the ring. And I think he is one of the top performers with the WWE, and title well deserved.
So, and I don't know if anybody else caught it too, but when you saw that Sheamus tried to do the white noise off the top rope and he lost his balance and then he fell off, but it was still impressive that he was able to hold on to Riddle still without actually dropping him as he fell. That was pretty cool. Brandon, I'll go ahead and go with you on this one.
Yeah, great match. Sheamus deserved it. Like Sarge said, he's been putting on a heck of a match with McIntyre and everybody else. So props to him for getting it. And yeah, that kick when Riddle was doing his backflip, and I mean that was perfect timing. I mean, sorry that he got kicked instead of bleeding, but that was a heck of a move, So we'll see where Sheamus goes with this one. I'd like to see them have a rematch down the road, soon. So
well, I think they're going to, because you saw that stare down at the end.
Oh yeah.
Riddle had that stare down with Sheamus.
Yeah.
Dragon Viper.
Yeah, I thought it was an amazing match. Very physical between those two. I had to cringe when I saw that bro kick that Sheamus did. I mean that looked like it hurt, and even after the match, when Riddle's spitting out the blood, it's just like, oh wow, he's really spitting it out there. So amazing that Sheamus won. I agree with Ace; he deserved it. It's time for him to reign as some kind of champion again. So
yeah, I actually didn't notice that he actually connected with his face till afterwards, until he sat up, and I'm like, oh my god, he's bleeding.
Yeah.
That it was an actual connection of the face. All right, so then we can jump on. So then we can go to the next match, which it was like the Norwegian drum fight or match or street fighter. It was completely. They had drums all around the ring, but they never
had everything. They didn't use the drums.
They never even used the drums. It was supposed to be a drum match. So I'm like, what the heck was the point of that? It was supposed to be a drum match, but they didn't even use a drum. And then at the end, when you thought that Big E was about to win, after Apollo Crews went through that table, and then Big E grabbed him to do the big ending, and then that big dude, I don't even know who the heck that was.
That is the dude that Underground that Shane McMahon was promoting.
Oh yeah,
I was a big dude there, and he was also in the movie that is on Netflix called The Main Event, where the kid becomes a superstar because of the mask.
Yeah,
he's the main villain. He's a big dude.
Big boy. Yeah, he's a big dude. And so,
because I said the same thing, I go, "Who is this guy? My son." They're like, "Oh, that's the guy from Underground." I'm like,
"Yeah, the one that Strowman wanted at one point when that was Underground."
Yeah, that makes sense. But so he came in and took out Big E, and then Apollo Crews got the win. So Sarge, I'll start with you.
I have to agree with you. I wish they would use the drums. But they got the kendo sticks going, but it was a good match. Probably wasn't my favorite match. I picked Crews to win, and I think he's very athletic and everything else, and I'm kind of glad that he actually won. At the same time, I did wish Big E still retained. So I was really split down the middle on who I wanted on this one. So, but I went with my gut and picked Crews.
But when it's called a Nigerian drum match, you'd think that they would use the freaking drums. Just saying. So, Dragon Viper, what do you got?
I thought it was an okay match. I'm going to agree with you, Ace. They should have used the drums too. That would have been.
It's a drum match.
Exactly, but they were using everything else but the drums. They did have a good spot that I liked on there when Big E did the Uranagi on the steel steps to Crews. That I like that. But again, I would have loved to see this match, with a clear winner, no interference, but they had it, so it was okay. I mean, not too big on it.
All right, Brandon.
Yeah. Match was great, except for not using the drums. But I mean, they used every other weapon to its fullest. I mean, the stairs came into play, the Kindle sticks. WWE threw us a curveball at the end with the big dude coming in and interfering because I don't think anybody saw that coming. So,
Nope.
but I'm glad Cruz won. I mean, I would have been okay with Big E retaining, but when the big guy came in, it's like, oh, Cruz is going to win this one. So maybe we'll see a new design of the IC title too. Maybe some kind of Norwegian coloring or something. I don't know.
So out of 5 stars in this one, they gave it a 2.5.
Really? No, they underrated that one. Give it at least a 3.
No, I
was thinking 2.5.
Yeah,
Really?
I think they got it right. It wasn't a highly rated match at all.
Maybe they're upset they didn't use the drums. That's why they rated it so low.
They definitely got that right.
I don't know.
But then we go to the next one, which was Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. The only thing is that kind of shocked me in a way. I know I picked Ripley, but I thought that Asuka might actually win, and that was because it was technically Rhea Ripley's first match, technically her first singles match, which was WrestleMania. I was not expecting her to win her first title match at WrestleMania. That shocked me, even though I picked her because I had a hunch, but I don't know. Overall, it was a good match. I loved the entrance. The entrance was cool. They had it. Rhea Ripley had her own special music going at the beginning. It was awesome. Brandon, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. I had Ripley winning. Still kind of shocked that we didn't see Lynch or Flair show up to interfere a little bit.
Rousey.
But Rousey, but I didn't think she was going to show up. I thought the other two for sure. But yeah, it was a great match. I could have went either way. I don't think they disappointed in what they done, but it looked like it was a year of first timers at WrestleMania because I think they're 3 for 3 and 4 for 4 actually, and first timers winning. So, but yeah, good match. I give it a high score. I see a 3.5 in this one.
Well, you would have got that right. They gave it a 3-star rating.
Okay.
That's what they gave it. Sarge, how about you?
It was a great match. I do like Ripley. I like all her work that she does. Her and Asuka. I thought they had great chemistry in the ring, though it didn't have the same intensity as Banks and Belair. But I really enjoyed the match, and I'm actually excited for Ripley to be a champion because I think she can hold it or be a good champion. As long as WWE don't do the whole Charlotte Flair thing, let's put the championship on her. But
right.
Good match.
Dragon Viper.
I actually thought it was a great match. Glad to see Ripley win it. I had a good feeling that she was going to win it. I went ahead and picked her. And they are known to put the title on people who have never had a match and on the main roster. And normally I'm kind of against that. But I like Rhea, so I'm glad to see her win it. Great match.
And then, of course, Charlotte was brought up. Yeah, she'll probably be coming after Rhea Ripley when she comes back, so it'll be coming. Yep. And then, of course, we come to the last match of the night, which I guess, since it's there, I guess we got to talk about this stupid crap. So you have freaking Roman Reigns versus freaking Edge versus Daniel Bryan of who gives a crap what the outcome of the match was because it's freaking stupid. I have nothing further to this. You know what? This really grinds my freaking gears, okay? This grinds my gears. I'm getting so sick and freaking tired of this stupid crap right now. Okay,
Nate, we
all
need the
we have to
rant.
do is Goose Fraba. I can't do it. I can't do it. I got it. I can't. Yeah, because I'm so sick and freaking tired of this crap. Okay, all they do is they come. There's a big dog inside of the room. Like, I'm seriously at this point to where I'm getting sick and freaking tired of this. I wanted to shut that freaking crap off at the end. Okay, that's how much sick and freaking tired of this stuff I am with. Gosh dang Roman Reigns, all it ever is Roman Reigns, and always his stupid sayings that used to be, I'm not a good guy, I'm the guy, I'm the head of the table. Big freaking whoop-de-doo, okay? Take your freaking little crappy cousin, get out of there, drop the belt. If I was a writer, dude, you drop that belt, you lose every freaking, I would make you lose the gosh dang Hornswoggle, okay? This crap's getting freaking ridiculous, all right? So I could go on all night about this stupid freaking crap, okay? I really hope that Brock Lesnar shows up, freaking destroys you, and takes your title, because this is by far freaking stupid. You know what, Brandon? I'm done, okay? You take over.
Oh, wow. That was the best thing of all night, I think. So, outside of who won, I think it was a active match. I mean, everybody put into it, but I'm with Ace. I'm not going to go into a big rant. I mean, I do like the Roman Reigns character, but yeah, he should have lost it today. I thought the way they were building it up, I didn't think there was any chance that Roman Reigns was going to retain this one. I thought it was going to be Edge or Daniel Bryan. I mean, yeah, Jey Uso got involved. They took care of him quite a few times. Had the chair shots. I mean, what do you ask for? And Roman Reigns hits the spear and the Superman punch and pulls Edge right over the top of Daniel Bryan and pins them both. So now we got to hear this going on, and for Ace to bring up Brock Lesnar or Goldberg to come back and beat him, Ace is upset. Ace is upset. So.
Oh yeah, Goldberg, yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
Oh god, dang it!
I think Ace would let anybody take the title from Roman Reigns that he doesn't like. So
at this point in time, I don't care who the frick it is. I don't care if Dragon Viper himself crawls his butt in that ring and pins him. Okay, I'm getting sick and tired of this freaking crap.
Yeah,
this is ridiculous.
I mean, outside of the outcome, I thought it was a pretty decent match. So.
Can you believe with this crap they gave it a 4.5-star rating out of this bull crap here?
What?
That's freaking crap, dude. I gave this a 1-star. Okay, 1-star match. That's how pissed off I am about this dang thing. You know what?
The 4 stars probably too high, but I would have said 3.5. 3 with the outcome. So. But you guys go ahead.
Sarge, if you want to talk about it, go ahead and talk about it.
Oh, yeah, sure. It would have been a 5-star if Goldberg showed up. I mean, easily. I mean, the match was, to be honest, like, for those three to be in a match, it was like more of a meh match type like that. But I kind of like the fact that Edge with those chair shots paid homage to Stone Cold, I believe, or like WrestleMania 17, I believe it was. But other than that, Roman Reigns, I'm tired of seeing you with the title. I'm tired of your head of the table, the Thanos act. Yes, you are Thanos in the WWE, and you're horrible, and I hope you lose.
Dragon Viper, I guess, if you got anything to say, go ahead.
Yeah, I totally agree. This is ridiculous. I mean, Roman Reigns should not be champion. It should have been Daniel Bryan. It should have been Edge, mostly Edge, because Edge has worked hard for 10 years to come back and win the title, and yet he didn't win it. I mean, Roman Reigns is stupid. I don't know what WWE is doing with this guy. I don't know why they're putting him up there as champion. He doesn't deserve to be champion. I mean, it's pretty bad when the fans boo him, before the match. They boo him during the match. They boo him after the match. It's pretty simple. They need to open up their eyes and realize that Roman Reigns is not the guy to, draw people in or sell tickets or make money off of. Nobody likes him. He needs to go away. He needs to drop the title to somebody. Anyway, I'm done before I continue.
So are we setting up Lesnar versus Roman
I
Reigns?
don't care who at this point.
I don't care. I don't care at this point. I don't care at this point. I don't even.
Zero stars.
I don't care if Hornswoggle himself shows up and pins Reigns at this point. I would be completely. I would be okay with El Torito. I mean, I would
Bring
freaking
Eric
be okay.
Bischoff in.
Yes.
I would be.
Eric Bischoff.
I would legitimately be okay with little boogeyman at this point. Okay, showing up and pinning Reigns at this point. That's how stupid this is getting.
He didn't need to win. One of the
No,
other
he
two
didn't
did.
need it.
This
no.
is stupid.
I have nothing else to say. I am done now. Okay, I'm done. Okay, that crap's over. WrestleMania is done. I made it through the show. I went off on one tangent. That's it. That is it. I could have gone off on a lot more, but I did one, so I was okay.
So
All
how
right.
bad did night 2 drop your grade for night 1? I mean, overall. I mean,
Oh, it dropped it a lot. It dropped it a lot. Just a
Yeah.
huge disappointment overall.
it was. And I mean, I enjoyed some of the action, but we all graded night 1 as a B. I'm assuming we're grading this a D
F.
minus, almost an F.
F.
Yeah.
What's below an F? What's below an F?
F minus?
Incomplete. So, but no, I mean,
Inconclusive.
I get what you guys are saying. Trust me. I mean, I was so hyped up for after night 1, night 2 is going to be phenomenal, and yeah, I was definitely disappointed. So, yeah, I mean, not as Ace kind of stole everybody's thunder, I think. So, with his rant, but
Sorry, I was mad.
no, I get it. I mean,
I
I'm
almost threw
upset
my
too.
computer.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like
anyway.
I said, outside of the outcome, the action was pretty good, though.
Well, anyways, that's all the time we have tonight for Between the Ropes because we can go on and on about this. But you can catch us next week on another episode of Between the Ropes. So with that being said, I'm Ace. That's Brandon. That's Sarge. That's Dragon Viper. And for the love of God, thank God Roman Reigns. And thank God that Roman Reigns is not on here right now. So thank you very much. But with that, I really hope everybody has a fantastic night. And we will see you again next Sunday for another episode of Between the Ropes.
All right.
Peace out.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace up the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.